And from now on, we are going to, let's find it. Let's find it because I really don't know where it is. Oh, we already completed the High Isle. Skyrim. Oh, Somerset Isle. So with our sorcerer High Elf, we are going to Somerset Isle.
Somerset Isle, the ancestral home of all elves. Fair warning, our cousins in the Aldmeri Dominion can be a prickly bunch. But our spies indicate something is amiss at the Crystal Tower. They need an outsider's perspective. Someone like you.
Travel to Somerset Isle and start the Queen's Decree storyline.
I used to guide travelers all over this coast, from Korgrad to Alamar. But then those vile creatures started swarming ashore.
Ink is barely dried on the Queen's decree, and there are already more of you than I can count. I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home.
Suddenly the ground opens, spewing water and strange creatures.
The Order has detected a number of irregularities on Tamriel. Small breaches in the fabric of time.
I ask you to look into one threat, and you bring me a multitude.
Rumors have reached the Queen, and she's concerned.
Between strange geysers and sea monsters, this island is as bad as the continent.
Oh, that was very nice.
Let the cat fight those monsters. I'm getting out of here. The island sprung a leak. Run!
Run? Where did I landed? We are closer to Shimmerin. Let's speak with Calibar.
First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Somerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures, I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Monsters? Cat, slow down and tell me what happened.
Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
I'll go talk to Razumdar. Oh, I remember Razumdar. Okay, let's speak with Phases. Okay, you see 100 gold already. Okay, we made some gold. This place is so bright. What else can we find here? Oh, there is a heavy sack with some jelly, nickel. I will collect everything, and when my bag is full, Physis will help me. Prisoner's hold. What's this? Another recipe. Increase stamina recovery. Okay. So glad I entered here. Oh, this is a beautiful place for a screenshot. With that big castle over there. Oh my god, what just happened here? That's a Razumdar.
Have you ever seen such creatures? Raz has not. Probably neither have you. You are a newcomer, yes? New to this island of High Elves? This one has an eye for such things. And you look capable. So can Raz interest you in some cloak and dagger work?
Cloak and dagger work? Sounds ominous.
Ominous? No, nothing of the sort. Well, maybe a little of the sort. Depends on how things develop. Raz has come to Somerset at the behest of Queen Irene to make sure her decree regarding the opening of the island proceeds as she directed.
So how can I help?
Ask some questions, determine the mood in Shimmerin, and see how the newcomers are faring. Rumors have reached the Queen, and she is concerned. So Razumdar comes to see what is happening and fight strange creatures. Now Raz is concerned as well.
I'll ask some questions around the city.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing.
Scratching.
Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
What were those strange creatures I saw you fighting?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Anyone in specific you want me to talk to regarding the Queen's decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a High Elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranuel, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
What did Olnewil speak out about and where can I find her?
Old Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artists like to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
Ranul? That doesn't sound like a high elf name.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerin for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
What's the Divine Prosecution?
The Divine Prosecution serves as lawkeepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
What do you mean? Soxolza is being persecuted? That's a strange name. I can pronounce that correctly.
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes? Not Raz. Ugh. Raz hates the wet stuff.
So it's Soxolza. What does all this have to do with the geezer and those creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. No, that would be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus. Just see what Old Newell, Soxolza, and Ranul have to say about newcomers and the mood in Shimmerin.
What do you expect me to learn by talking to these people?
We need to confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
I'll go talk to Olenwil, Ranul, and Saxolza.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
Anything I should know about Shimmerin before I head out?
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes? Otherwise, this one knows all about the Queen's decree and the initial reaction of the nobles and kin lady.
Who are you again?
Raz is wounded to the core. Forgotten already.
Ah,
This one usually leaves a better impression. I am Razumdar, Queen Irene's Eye and Dark Lantern Agent Extraordinaire. But that is a secret between you and me. To everyone else, this one is simply Raz.
tell me about the Queen's degree.
Queen Irene, her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Somerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
And this is a problem?
For some. High Elves talk of perfection, but they are complicated people. Various individuals in Somerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The kin lady, for example, some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
What's that about the kin lady and the nobles?
Kin Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the Kin Lady, as has the new Oldark at the monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point.
So the kin lady opposes the Queen's degree?
She has spoken against it. Now Raz needs to know how far she will go to defy the will of the Queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out, with your help.
Okay, Raz. So we have one place here, there, and there. Let's go here first. There is a secondary quest somewhere there. I think I have to go down here.
Go find your own patch of beach.
My own beach? Why? Olenwil.
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
What's the path to Alaxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every High Elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you made complaints in Shimmerin. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next High Elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
What happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
This place is too bright. Let me just... How is this? Oh my god, so many colors. So many colors. I put the HDR on vibrant. Man, this looks so alive. Look at these colors. Should I play like this? This is so beautiful. Default and vibrant. I always played on default. Okay, it's better this way, the contrast was so high. Okay, let's go and find another one. I am killing everything. Somerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaim it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They threat the newcomers worse than a mud flea on a guar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of societal rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cool stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used the talents I learned from associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves Guild. I know you disapprove, all my friends, and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning I plan to head to Elinor. Hopefully I can secure passage back to Morkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination will be preferable to here. Oh, that's sad. Oh, I almost logged out. UI contracts, brightness. The contrast is a bit. The UI contrast is a bit. Oh, but the map now is too bright. Every time when I start a new character, my settings are ruined. Okay, I want to check the Somerset. Okay, I have all the sky shards. Somerset Master Angler. Catch all 3 rare fish in Arteum. Okay. So I am missing the Fowl, One River, Sultan Lake. Okay. Look at the water. Perfect blue. No, stealing. We don't want to do that. With so many guards around. Oh, but that one. That one I really don't know. That's very green. Yep, thank you. That was very green. Yeah, let's start stealing. We need to make money. And we have a case of 4 open borders.
Hurrah, Caravel. How can a humble merchant help so exalted a personage on this fine day?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Did a justiciar send you to harass me? I've lived in Somerset my whole life, and I did nothing wrong. You High Elves, you say we're welcome, and then you treat us like criminals. Is there any wonder I had to speak out?
What did you say exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
After After I filled out all the proper forms and arranged to bring my cousin here, the ship arrived and they carted all the newcomers away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady, but what has it profited me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. Have you lived in Somerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Somerset?
Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
Okay, and now we have to go back to Razum. Oh my god, look at this place. You can make screenshots everywhere.